And now, it's time for the most popular show on the nation, PWI Championship Challenge. And here's your host, Vince McShell. Oh, yeah!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Wednesday night. You know what that means. It is time for another exciting edition of Pro Wrestling Illustrated Championship Challenge. Tonight, we're going to find out if Jay is able to successfully defend the PWI Championship. We will find out if anybody else is going to jump in and join us here in just a little bit. We're going to give you guys a chance. I've already posted up in the comment section the link that will bring you into our green room. And once we get through the cover of the magazine and going into everything that's going to be in this week's episode, then you'll have the opportunity to decide that you want to test your wrestling knowledge out against the boys that generally do it here. We're always looking for more. Merrier, the more the merrier, as they say. Got Thomas Morgan in the house, Andrew Price in the house, Blaze is even in the house. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my, it is a party tonight. So you guys jump on it, man, jump on it. You know, the D-Train, hold on, it's been a minute. What happened there? There it is. D-Train is in the house. There we go. D-Train is in the house. So yeah, guys, go ahead and jump on board, man. The link is there. You'll be in the green room. We'll bring everybody out one at a time, and then it'll be a Hail Mary, everybody going out at one time, battle royal, triple threat, fatal four-way, whatever we end up with, it'll all be good. The only name I do notice missing right now, surprise, surprise, is the former champ. Wonder where he's at. Well, he's still got a few minutes to make it here. Let's see. We're going to jump over. Oops, that's not the right direction, though. And take a look at what we're going to be doing today. There we go. We are looking at Supercard 88. It is from, let's see, September of 1988. It's Pro Wrestling Illustrated, featuring all the Supercard events that took place in 1988. We're going to, this is going to give you kind of the backstory on what's going on at that time. So Missy Hyatt was queen for a day for the king because Jerry Lawler beat, I think it was John Tatum, and ended up having her as his valet for the day. We see that the Macho Man is there with the championship at Trump Tower or Trump Plaza, whichever it was, there in New Jersey. So that would have been WrestleMania 4 to give you a time frame. We got Sting and Luger with the Crockett Cup. Down below, we've got Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant going at it, which also would have been at WrestleMania 4. And then we see Nikita Koloff and Ric Flair exchanging. It's got full color coverage of the 1988 greatest shows, including WrestleMania 4, Jim Crockett Sr. Memorial Cup, AWA's Rage in the Cage, and the Clash of the Champions. So that is a pretty good rundown of everything we would normally expect to see in a Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. So again, there are several different categories in the back, as you guys are probably familiar with. Top 10s in different genres, and whether it be the organization, it could be AWA, NWA, WWF, what have you, or it could just be most popular, most hated, best tag teams, things like that. And we just randomly going to select one of them, and then everybody competes. And there are going to be rules and all that other good stuff. And we're going to go over all that in just a moment. But before we do, I think what we need to do is bring everybody on board. I can get rid of that. And get rid of that. And hopefully I didn't get rid of something else. There it is. I'm going to need this. Full screen. Bam. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. We're going to start introducing some folks to you, and you still have a chance if you want to jump in. Thomas Morgan. It is not a game, Thomas. This is a trivia contest. So you can be part of it. There goes my voice. Excuse me. You can be part of it, man. We're just going to have random questions asked out of a top 10 list, and you're going to try and guess the wrestlers. That's all it is to it. So if you want to jump on, I will go ahead and post the link one more time. Whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, it is open. Just hop on board. Andrew Price, anybody else wants to jump in, now is your chance. All right, with that in mind, let's start this thing up. Oh, I got to do one more thing before I go. Hold on. Shrink that down. Hold that up a second. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to start introducing some folks to you right now. And we're going to kick this off right now with the former PWI champion and now the challenger. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only wrestling purist.
I saw the headline, by the way, and I realized what was going on. And that's what you did there. So, hello. No, the headline of the title, in other words, the title of
the holiday edition. Okay, I got you now. You're still in the holiday mood even after he took your candy last week.
Nah, don't worry about it. This week I got better. You know why? Guess what I bought at the mall? Da-da-da-da-da.
That ought to help you out a lot in a wrestling trivia game.
No, I know, but this is fucking cool. I mean, the store is fucking cool. I mean, never have I wanted to see this guy as the true Harvey Dent.
Look at
By
that.
the way, before you go on, one thing. Hey, have you heard about Black Panther Wakanda Forever? You know, Namor, huh? The Submariner. Well, guess who Marvel wanted to be Namor?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Would you believe me if I said that they wanted Damian Priest? That Damian Priest? I read it. It's fucking true.
I don't know that he's an actor, but okay. It's their money.
He's no actor.
I know. That's why I'm saying it seems like you're throwing away some money there. No, I hadn't heard that, though. But in the meantime, we got to move along here. So let's bring in our defending, our reigning PWI champion. This is Jay Rocks. Say hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
All right, so this is where we get to the fun part, ladies and gentlemen, where, again, if you want to jump in, you still have a few seconds left before we start this thing up officially. There are rules and stuff like that, and we always like to remind everybody what they are before we go any further, so let's do that.
The rules of Battle Bowl are simple. Competitors will select a number between 1 and 10. The one that draws closest to the number that is drawn will choose whether he wants to go first or last each round. The remaining competitors will repeat this process until a lineup is set. Competitors will be presented with a category reflecting a top 10 lineup as determined by a classic issue of PWI magazine. They will each have a limited time to come up with an answer as a music clip runs. When a player is called to give an answer, they have to respond within 3 seconds or they will be buzzed out of the round and receive 0 points. For each correct answer in the top 9 positions, the player is eligible to receive 1 point. If 2 or more players share the same correct answer, no points are awarded. A correct answer in the number 1 position is worth 3 points unless 2 or more players share the correct answer, which would create a draw and 0 points awarded. Each player is allowed 1 finisher that may be used at any point in the match against an opponent of his choosing. If that opponent had the correct answer, the player calling for the finisher has successfully taken the points for that question. If the finisher was used and the opponent did not have the correct answer, that opponent will receive the points of a correct answer and the player initiating the finisher will lose the same amount of points.
A lot of rules there, but it all plays itself out pretty evenly. So, unless there are any questions, Are there any questions?
Nope.
Nope. He says nope.
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 Well, what's that?
Now what?
Uh-oh.
Another one?
Uh-oh.
Oh, finally, someone else.
That can only mean one thing.
This is the guy from last time.
Oh.
What's up, everybody?
Ladies
How's
and
it
gentlemen,
going?
Hello?
How's it going? I come with my own sound effects, too. How about that?
it is Blaze in the house.
The boy Blaze in the building. Great to see you, Vince. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thanks for being here. Let me kill that thing off for a
I mean,
second.
I've been watching the stuff in the
Hello,
background.
someone else.
I've watched all your episodes. This game is awesome. This is when I grew up in wrestling as well. So it's fun to reminisce. I got me a green screen, so I figured I'd try it out. Although when I press this button, I turn into like
Nice.
like the
It's
Sinister
the
Minister. out
Invisible
of
Man.
nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sinister Minister.
That's when the thing has I have a green screen. When I say I don't have a green screen, it works better. I don't know why. So we'll just stay with this for now.
Nice.
It's all about lighting with a green screen. Just tweak it a little bit, and you'll get it down perfect. Believe
All
me.
kinds of surprises tonight.
Imagine
Jamar,
that
I
was a
see.
blue screen.
Andy Price, Jamar, I shared this out. And that's not your D train, Vince. That's my D train out there. It's a different D train.
There's 2 D trains. That's not legal.
Yeah, I'm sure he
D
appreciated the
trains?
song, though.
Yeah, that's all right. He got an official welcome. I better get a sub for that. Jeez, I gave you a song and everything.
Hell yeah.
Where the hell's the magazine? Hold on a minute. We can't start without the magazine. Hold on, it's here somewhere.
You mean this magazine?
Wait
Wow.
a minute.
You have that?
How do you? Hold on a minute. Well, if you got the magazine and I don't,
What are you doing?
that means
Surprise.
you're hosting the show, and I'm gonna
Yes.
kick the shit out of these 2 idiots.
I am your new host.
Oh.
Welcome, everybody, to the PWI Championship
Oh.
Challenge Holiday Edition. Special
And
guest.
I am gonna come after you 2.
Now, I'm going to need a little help. I mean, at least it's not the Iron Survivor rules that we're dealing with here. It's not as bad as how they presented that. But at the same time, Vince is going to help coach me along. I know most of the rules, but we're going to have fun with this tonight. We got a nice little chat full here. And this is my era, man. I mean, oh, yeah, the Macho Man will tell you all about it. And Sting was my boy. So he still is to this day.
Understandable.
We're going to dip into it. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this. But before we do, I had something a little special here. Some a little special trivia for you. Before we get into the real trivia, I figured why not a little warm-up trivia? And even Vince doesn't even know I was going to do this.
No,
So
Go ahead.
when Edge comes out, you normally hear, on this day, I see clearly. Well, I'm going to do on this day in pro wrestling history. So today, November 23rd, this is a little test. I want to throw it out for you guys. In 1981, on November 23rd,
23rd?
at a WWF house show in Madison Square Garden, Bob Backlund pinned this man to win the vacant WWE Championship.
Bob
Anybody?
Backlund. Oh, give me a second.
Bret Hart?
No?
We're both. I'm thinking.
That's my.
Superstar Billy Graham.
No, it was a vacant championship. The title was vacated previous month after the referee accidentally handed the title to this man.
Was that legit?
Yeah. Also on the card, Pedro Morales defeat Don Morocco in a Texas death match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Pedro was my next guest too, because he and Backlund were tag team champions
So it's
at one
the
point. For a week.
70s. I thought.
So
No.
1981, Bob
81.
Backlund pinned this man to win the WWE
guess,
Championship.
It's not Billy Graham. I'm going to say Ivan Koloff.
Billy Graham.
No, he went by a nickname.
Jay.
I think we have a winner in the live chat out there.
The Iron Sheik.
The body.
Oh, the Hammer.
Greg the Hammer Valentine. Yes, Andy Price. Got it right. It was Greg the Hammer Valentine.
And he's not on this. Why?
I figured I'd go back in history and play a little fun because I used to do that on my show, and I figured why not do it on this day while we're doing it here. So,
well, that was a good job. And by the way, Andy, you just won a car, and Blaze is going to set you up with it. So
I got a Matchbox car around here somewhere I can send you. Andy's actually New Zealand, so that's going to be a healthy little shipping fee.
even for the Matchbox car.
Yeah, I know, right? So, like
If
I said,
may
I will have
the
a
risk
coach.
of sounding ignorant.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Purist.
The risk of sounding ignorant, but I don't think I know who Blaze McCoy is.
Well, you need to know.
Vince.
You're going to find out. You can check me out on social media, Blaze McCoy, Blaze Radio on the live chat. I do an eFed wrestling show every once in a while. I do a wrestling podcast every Thursday night called WrestleSense with some boys from the Indie Wrestling Federation. So definitely check me out all over social media. I've been doing eFed wrestling on here on YouTube for about 5 years. I love just bringing people together. I found this guy doing what I was doing, but what I call him Voice McSham because it's a golden voice. Some people, he came on to one of my shows before, so returning the favor. And he wanted to step up the game and say, hey, because I'm not good at remembering stuff. I'm getting a little old. This gray is not wisdom. It's the memory leaving my head going down into here. So I told him, I said, I'm not going to remember names and stuff, but I got a magazine.
That's not the only thing living in your head.
No, that's right. That's right. I'm proud of it. I'm proud. So we're going to dip back into 1988. I will have some coaching because, I'm kind of new to this too. I'll be the host, but Vince wanted to compete,
Okay.
and I mean,
just make sure you're not seen from Bret Hart, okay? I mean, he has a thing for well, guys.
Here's how this will work. Again, Blaze, you're going to choose whichever categories you want. Just stay away from global because nobody's going to get any of those right.
Yeah.
But anything else is pretty much fair game. And then we're going to work our way from 10 to number 1. The numbers 2 through 10, you can give whatever clues you feel are not going to give the answer away, but might help somebody get an answer right. Each of us is going to get to choose a finisher. I am going to go with the pedigree.
Woo! Vince got the pedigree. All right.
Purist, what do you want? Now he's quiet. Purist, what finisher do you want?
The chicken wing.
Ooh, Bob Backlund. There we go.
Hey, making me
Jay,
I said the chicken wing. Bob Backlund.
he had a chicken wing.
I am going with a little Cactus Jack tonight and going with the double arm DDT.
All right.
There's our choice in finishers.
He tore the barbed wire and he tore them apart.
The other thing, Blaze, you'll want to do is get everyone to give you a number from 1 to 10.
Yeah. Oh, and D-Train asked a question. Yes, please guess in the live chat. If you guys want to guess in the live chat, you can.
Yeah,
and I will do my best to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, Platinum Dragon Studios is my friend Shifty as well in the live chat. Good to see you. And for those who don't know, I like doing play-by-play. So I'm going to add a little oomph to this every once in a while. So if you're using your finisher, I'm going to call it like you're using your damn finisher. Right? And I'd like to introduce people because I've done a little ring announcing in the past, and I'm going to be doing it again here in an Indie Federation. So before we pick our numbers, I'll get you to pick your numbers by introducing you. So the defending champion will go first, and that is the one, the only J-Ross. So I gotta pick a number to see who goes first. I gotta guess one, and then you guys guess whoever's closest gets to go first. Is that what we're saying?
No. Everyone's going to just pick a number. Then I got a wheel that'll come up on the chart.
The magic
we got
wheel.
wheels and shit.
Yes. All right, J.
Did you know
Rock, what
that?
is your magic number?
6.
All right. And coming up next, the former champion, now trying to get his title back. He is the wrestling purist.
Who do you think you are, Brian Last?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not a number.
3 is a magic number.
I remember
Yes,
that
it
song. Very
is.
nice. Very nice. Very nice.
It's a magic
And the
number.
original host with the most coming up next, the man of the hour, the man behind the channel, the man that brings you the best old school wrestling here on YouTube, Vince McSham.
I think I am going to take lucky number 7.
Number 7, 6, and 3 on the board. And now it's wheel time, folks.
It is
Magic
gonna be
wheel time.
wheel
It's wheel time. Hey, it's magic wheel time.
Whoever gets closest without going over.
Ooh. Oh.
That's me.
9, and that is Vince. That's number 7. We'll go first.
So now I get the option of choosing first or last. And then the other two guys, based on the next closest. Who had 6?
I did.
6 was Jay. Jay was 6.
Okay, so it'll be me choosing to go last.
Ooh, so you're gonna go
And
last.
now Jay gets to choose first or second.
Okay, Jay.
Second.
Second. So we will start out with Purist here.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll welcome Cowboy John to the show too. The shotgun stunner himself, Cowboy John, my friend in the chat. Make sure you guys, I introduced Vince to my community that we have over there not too long ago. I'm sure some of you guys are already subscribed. If you're not, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit that thumbs up. It really helps the show and helps the channel. And Vince really deserves it. Patty's in the house. Patty Chase, good to see you. So, I was going to start with like Stampede Wrestling or Continental. But we're gonna go with good old WWF to start. We're gonna warm it up. Then I'm gonna throw you a curveball, and then we're gonna come home with it. All right. So we will start with the wrestling purist. Number 10, active wrestlers for WWF in the year 1988. I'll give you one hint. He's a big guy.
Don Morocco.
No. Incorrect.
Now we don't want to let anyone know correct or incorrect until all 3 have answered.
Oh, okay.
Because let's presume that 1 or 2 of us has the right answer. You'll let us know that somebody has the right answer. We're not going to say who, because that's when we choose whether or not we want to use our finishers.
Perfect. All right. So I fucked up the first one. All good.
That's okay.
All right. So we'll go.
It'll
to
be
Jay.
a freebie now. Jay, just go ahead and play it out.
That'll be my freebie. Jay, no, you don't pick Don Morocco.
Unless you want to block.
Number 10, WWF.
Tito Santana.
Tito. All right.
1988, number 10. I'm going to say.
And I said he was a big man. That was the hint.
In 88, I'm going to say Big John Studd.
So now I can tell you that no one got it right.
Now you can say nobody had the right answer.
Absolutely nobody got it right.
And the correct answer was?
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, 88. Yeah, I guess so, huh? No, what it was, my mind was on 81 from that warm-up trivia question.
The curveball.
Yep. All right. I'm back in the right time zone now. Okay. So.
Right. So this continues to go Jay, Purist, you for the round, right?
Correct. Well, no, it was Purist first, right?
I apologize.
Yeah, Purist.
That's why I take notes. I told you I can't remember shit. You think I was lying? All right. So back to Purist. This is number 9. And I'll give you a hint. He's a former world champion. That's all.
Ted DiBiase.
Sure. I got to make sure he was a former world champion. All right, now it's up to Jay. Second guess. Number 9 for WWF. We didn't get the F out yet back in 88.
Iron Sheik.
Sheik is your guess for the second one. And Vince,
Yeah,
number
Sheik,
9. Number 9.
88. The former world champion. I'm gonna go with Backlund, even though I don't think he was around in 88. I think he was doing his independent stuff.
No, it is not. He was one-time WWF champion. The Ultimate Warrior comes in at number 9.
Wow, I would have thought he'd have been higher up the ranking.
This game's also really testing because you guys got to remember who 10 and 9 was. So you mental note who 10 and 9 was.
Who to eliminate.
All right.
Here we go.
So moving right along. Number 8. Purist, who do you think was the 8th ranked pro wrestler in WWF 1988? Okay, I'll
El
give a good
Matador,
hint.
Tito Santana.
Tito? Okay. I'm not giving any hints this time then. Jay?
Andre.
Oh, you went
And
lagging
Vince.
here a bit.
I'm gonna say Jake the Snake Roberts.
And we are 3 for 3 with incorrect answers so far. We're building the suspense here.
That's the way it usually works.
We're building the suspense. So, okay, we're going to number 7. And
Well, who was the right answer?
Oh, the right answer was Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh man,
For the
I was
ladies.
close.
For the ladies out there. All right. Now number 7, I will give you a hint this time before you go, Purist. We've already said his name. Purist, you're up. Number 7. His name has already been said.
Number 7, I guess Good Day for Valentine.
Okay, hammer for Purist. Jay, number 7 in WWF, 1988.
Tito Santana.
And Vince.
I'm gonna stick with Jake Roberts.
And you're correct. Number 7 is Jake the Snake Roberts.
Trust me.
So we got one.
I felt like he had to be up there in that range.
Yeah, you were so close. I didn't want to give it away and said someone just said his name.
Yeah, no, that was
Frosty's in the house.
A 1-0 lead.
Good to see you, Frosty. That's my boy Paul in the building. Frosty's Books and Movies. Good to see you. Make sure you guys are all subscribing here. 1-0 lead now for Vince as we move to number 6. And his hint is he likes to use weapons. A specific
Terry
weapon
Funk.
to be exact. Funk is Purist. Jay. He likes to use weapons, a specific weapon to be exact.
Iron Sheik.
Okay. And Vince.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho!
2 for 2 in a row. Vince McSham nails it. Ho! Get that 2x4 out.
I actually thought he gave it away, thinking, no, it can't be that obvious. But then when nobody guessed Duggan, I said, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah. That's some of the hints. Maybe.
Well, I thought it was going to be the Yankee Tonk Man.
I was going to ask what.
Oh, that would have been a good answer.
Well, Sheik, it'd be the boot then, Jay, right?
Yeah.
He used that boot all the time.
Well, he used those clubs too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Sheik wasn't. He used his mouth a lot nowadays as his weapon.
That's true too.
All right, we're getting into the top 5 here now. We're at number 5, and we'll go back to Purist. And the hint this time is he had a backstage segment that became very popular.
Ooh.
Oh, backstage segment, huh? Shawn Michaels.
Okay, we got HBK for Purist. Jay? There was a
Brutus the Barber.
He's going with Beefcake. I wish there was more backstage segments and stuff like there used to be, you know.
Yeah.
And, Vince. 1988. Number 5 overall.
You probably threw me with the backstage segment thing. I'm going to, backstage. I can't think of anything. Damn, Bret Hart. I don't know. I got nothing.
Okay. Former champ Jay, the Barber Shop.
Oh, we got it.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake with the Barber Shop.
That wasn't backstage though. That was out front.
Well, it wasn't on the ring or the stage.
No, but it was a platform show. But that's all right. Now I understand.
Brutus the Barber, the Barber Shop, baby. All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty.
Got it.
Number 4 in WWF. And the clue here now is he's also held the world title in a different promotion. Purist, you're up first.
I see. Not him. Oh no. So I
3
don't.
seconds.
Randy Savage.
Savage is your guess. All right. Jay, you're up next. Some great guesses in the chat as well.
Ric Flair.
Flair is your guess, and Vince.
I'm going to go with Flair for the block.
It wasn't Flair, but it was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Hogan at number 4.
How did I not think of that?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people would probably think Hogan's 1, 2, or 3. To be honest, I would think Hogan in the top 3 or so back then. But we'll find out why here in a little bit, because we are now in the top 3, number 3 overall.
Wait.
And it is 2-1, Vince with the lead. Start with Purist, and the hint is he is not from the United States of America.
Three seconds.
The Iron Sheik.
Okay, Sheik getting another shout out. We haven't saw him on the list yet. Jay.
Superfly.
Snuka. And Vince.
And this is number 3?
This is number 3 over. It's teasing because I want to add like more hints, but I got to stick to my one. Got some good guesses in the chat. Number 3.
I'm gonna take a stab at it. British Bulldog?
Bulldog. All 3 incorrect. From Grenoble, France, Andre the Giant.
How did I not think that? And he's ahead of Hogan too, which all right, I guess.
How about it? All right. So now number 2, number 1, and the champ. We do the champion too?
So if there is a champion, I mean, it's gonna be so freaking obvious. We're going to use number 1, I think. To do the champion, I mean, my God, we just went over the cover, so I don't see how you can not know the answer.
Right.
So we'll use number 1 as the 3-point answer, so we'll have no clues for number 1.
Gotcha. All right. So this is number 2. Got to think of a hint because any of the hints I'm thinking. All right. His son also wrestled.
His son.
Starting with Purist.
Jimmy Snuka.
We got Snuka guess there.
Bob Orton.
Orton is the guess there.
I can't imagine him being above Andre. I'm not going to. As much as I want to go for the block, I just can't imagine it. I'm going to go with the British Bulldog again. His son wrestles.
The score remains 2-1. Everyone is incorrect. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Got some good guesses out there with Rhodes and Perfect. Ted DiBiase. All right. Now we go to number 1. There will be no hints. This is
it's worth 3.
So anybody could jump in the lead here. And Purish, you are up first. Who was number 1 in the WWF in 1980?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Jay?
Steamboat.
All right. Now, and this is where anybody can use your finisher at any time, Vince, or okay.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you can.
Okay.
Well, I thought it was only when we had somebody. No, only if somebody has the right answer. Like you won't tell us who has the right answer. You'll just say one of you or maybe 2 of you have the right answer, whatever the case may be. So in this scenario, I feel like I know the answer, and as much as I want the 3 points, I don't want to run the risk because as long as Purist, what was your answer?
Savage and Steamboat are the first 2 guesses.
Savage. So as long as I say Savage, it's going to block Purist, and effectively that eliminates him. So I'm going to go with Savage for the block, but I think I know who the answer should be. Well, actually, no, I'd have been wrong. I would have been wrong.
So actually, the dead giveaway earlier in the show was my green screen's not working.
Our host just disappeared. I'll tell you, we got special effects and everything.
Your WWF champion, Randy Savage, not number 1. Number 1 was
he was the champion.
Yeah, number 1 was the Honky Tonk Man.
Holy shit, I wouldn't have got that either.
Honky Tonk Man was number 1.
At the end of 1 round, the score is
2-1. Vince has the lead. Jay has one. Pure is still trying to get on the board.
Hey,
Well, unfortunately, Purist we have to say goodbye to because that's round 1 and he has the lowest score. But stick around and we'll get you on the flip side. And we'll be right back. Stay with us.
And new World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion.
Join us for Classic Calls, the live stream that captures the feel of the old days of professional wrestling. With the power of the classic board game Superstar Pro Wrestling, we bring the legends back to life as only we can.
They're strengthening the referee Valentine. Oh, low blow.
Names like Flair, Funk, Rhodes, Hogan, Snuka, Piper, and many others will rise to glory once again on the only channel that can contain the action, the Nation Network.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was an upset.
Look for it on Saturday evenings at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
Woo!
Welcome back. And I was thinking of doing tag teams, but I'm going to veer off of that. And we're going to go strictly NWA this time. And then we're going to close it out with the overall top 10.
All right.
So we're going to start with the National Wrestling Alliance top 10. Number 10. Now, is this going to be Jay then you, or do we?
Yeah, I still
the-
get to choose last, and that just makes him going first.
All right. So we will go with Jay first. Number 10. He's also a very famous tag team wrestler. National Wrestling Alliance.
Arn Anderson.
88. Arn Anderson is the guess. All right. And Vince?
I'm going to say Tully.
And Tully. Great tag team. Great names. Incorrect names, though. It is the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner.
Oh,
So
that's legit.
Steiner coming up first. And number 9. Let's go with flamboyant as a clue for the next guy.
This is 1988.
1988 National Wrestling Alliance, number 9.
Dusty.
Dusty's a guess. And Vince?
I feel like he'd be higher up, but I know my first thought was Johnny B, but he's not going to be there in 88, so I'm going to say Dusty.
Dusty as well. Part of the Freebirds, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. So we're stuck still at 2-1 here. And this one's going to be really tough. If anyone gets this, I'd like to give him a bonus point because I don't think it's going to happen. But we'll stick
The
with
Italian Stallion.
Just what? All right, number 8. I can't really give a hint for this one. It's no one you're ever going to guess is pretty much the hint. So you got to think really obscure name. You might think he's from Mexico by the name.
Oh, there goes any guess I might have had.
You might guess he's from Mexico, but he's actually from Florida. Tampa, Florida is his hometown. That's even a bigger hint. Jay rocks. 73.
I have no clue.
No clue?
None.
No clue is not the answer.
I'm going to
That's
guess
not the
wrong.
missing link.
I'm going to guess wrong by saying Manny Fernandez.
Good guess, though, with the last name. It is Al Perez.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Very obscure name. I mean, I remember him a lot from back in the day, but not anything that I would ever guess.
He was there for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. All right. Number 7. Let's say pretty popular family of wrestlers he comes from. They're still kind of in the news today. Jay?
Barry Windham.
He's going with Windham. And Vince?
I agree, Barry Windham.
And you were both correct.
Yeah. That was a good clue.
It's a good block. So now 3-2.
No, we just stay with the 2-1. The block is a 0. It's a wash.
Wash. So still 2-1. Gotcha. 1 point lead still here for Vince. Number 6. I can give a hint that's probably going to give it away.
If you know their hometown or anything like that, like where they were announced from, that kind of thing.
His hometown might give it away too. He was
not around here.
All right. He was temporarily in a group with Dr. Death's Steve Williams. J-Rock, you're up first.
Lex Luger.
Luger's the guess there. This is number 6 overall. NWA, Vince.
Mike Rotundo.
I was going to say he's from the same family, but no, it is Mike Rotundo and the Varsity Club.
I love the Varsity Club.
Me too. I was going to say Syracuse, but that would kind of
would have given it away to me. Now, Jay, would you have known he was from Syracuse?
No.
See, I've tried doing these home cities thinking I was giving them away, but nobody was getting it off of that. So I try to throw that out there if I know it. But I might give me an unfair advantage because I know most of them.
Who was the third member of Varsity Club then?
Yeah, Rick Steiner.
Steiner from Michigan.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Death. That was such a great group. And Kevin Sullivan, of course.
Yes, Kevin Sullivan. All right, number 5. As now it is 3-1 with Vince gaining another point there with the Rotunda. This guy now is billed out of the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. NWA, 1988. They billed him. I'm not saying he's from there. He's billed from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Ron Simmons.
Simmons is a guess here.
I'm pretty sure they gave Simmons either Georgia or Florida for the FSU games. Pittsburgh. Shane Douglas. He was there for a minute, but I don't think he'd have been that high up.
Well, Ron Simmons, incorrect. Damn. And Shane Douglas, great guess, but it's Larry Zbyszko, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Built out of Pittsburgh, but I really don't think he's from there. All right. We are still 3-1. We're down to number 4 in the National Wrestling Alliance, 1988. A European wrestler. Pretty vague because there's a good bit from over there, but that's one way to narrow it down a little bit. European wrestler. Number 4. We're getting to the big boys now.
3 seconds.
Regal.
Regal, good guess. And Vince?
I'm gonna go for the block because I got nothing better. Regal.
Nikita Koloff, the Russian sickle, I should say.
European, my ass.
I know, right?
He's as Russian as I am.
One of my favorites, though, and we were talking about clotheslines, who had the greatest clotheslines and spears on my podcast a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And you pick your favorite clothesline. Mine's always been Nikita Koloff.
I agree with that 100%.
The Russian sickle would rip your damn head off, no matter what. We are down to number 3, and I mentioned his name not too long ago. Not guessed, but I mentioned his name not too long ago. Jay.
Dr. Death.
Dr. Death. And Vince.
Gosh dang it. I really feel like it's going the other direction. Dr. Death.
Smart move for the block. It is Steve Williams.
Oh, Dr. damn. I almost went with Rick Steiner.
Wow. Good one.
Nice. So close. That went. Oh, boy.
That was good. I know you were really thinking about going somewhere else with it.
I wanted Rick Steiner so bad for that pick.
We are down to the final 2. And remember, keep the world champion out of your mind. We got to figure out who was 2 and who was number 1.
Correct.
So, number 2. Let me think of a hint here. Don't confuse his name with a superhero villain.
Luger.
Luger.
Gave that one away. Good job, guys. Because I'm saving it for this one, the 3-pointer.
No clues for that.
No clues.
It's the NWA.
NWA number 1 overall.
Ooh.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty.
1988.
88, number 1.
I'm going to say Dusty Rhodes, but I think it's Sting.
Should have went with your second option, the man who took the Crockett Cup with number 2, Sting, the icon. It's Sting!
That's what I was thinking, but I couldn't afford to give up 3 points.
True. It remains 3-1 as we now go to the final. The most hated is really weird. I do just want to do the top 10.
All right, and we'll do that right after this.
Check out the fastest growing show on the Nation Network.
Yeah, it takes time, hours. People just see the finished product and it's like, oh, you pump out stuff so quickly, but people don't realize, I mean, it's a balancing act, and a lot of people don't get that.
We're the creators and talents that have provided us countless hours of entertainment.
I've been putting up Twitter, I opened like a DeviantArt account, and then I've been putting videos that I make there for my guys.
Come to sit down and share their memories, experiences, and upcoming projects.
Definitely not. The greatest wrestling game of all time? I don't think so.
Formerly known as Inside the Creator Studio.
Wow, it's great to be inside the Creator Studio. And who did you create today, mate?
We now invite you to check out The Rub.
I was looking at your schedule just for this past month on the food truck alone. And you got like a 1985 Hulk Hogan schedule going on here where you got like a morning, a noon, and a night, same day. Then the next day you're in this town. The next day, and I'm thinking to myself,
yeah.
Were you that busy traveling when you were in the ring?
I know, right? I think, busier and actually making more money now than I'm not wrestling.
You know what? I'm going to make money doing this. I'm going to name my price. I am going to do conventions. I'm going to do expos. I'm going to do weddings. I'm ordained to marry people. I've done weddings. I'm the whole 9 yards, man. I absolutely said there's nothing that I can't do with this character.
And all your fans out in your nation, we love you, mate. The Big Vegas love you. I hope to see you around. Still on the road. Whoa! Yay!
Only on the Nation Network.
All right, it's time for the final round. But before we do that, I want to throw one little curveball to everybody. And in this list, there's other lists in this magazine. And I wanted to pull one up because we're thinking this is WrestleMania 4. All right, It's the 4th WrestleMania we talked about this year. So there are 8 wrestlers. And you guys in the chat chime off too. Let's see if we can name 8 wrestlers who have competed in all 4 of the first WrestleManias.
Hulk Hogan.
There's 1.
Andre.
There's 2.
JYD.
Macho Man.
There's 3. No, Macho Man was not in all 4. I would have guessed Macho Man.
Santana.
There's 4.
Piper.
No.
Piper wasn't in all 4?
No.
Where was he? Oh, let's see. WrestleMania 3. Was that the Adonis match? And he wasn't there for New Jersey, I guess. I would have thought so. All right, so let's see. Where are we up to here? Brutus Beefcake?
Yep, that's 5. That is the top 5.
Jake?
See.
No, Jake.
He wasn't in 1.
Oh,
So
that's right.
I'm just going down my memory of WrestleMania 1 realistically. So Sheik and Volkov.
Andy Price got 1. Ricky Steamboat. That's 6. Volkov is 7. 2 more left. And we've been saying one of the first name Purist said like 3 or 4 times in our thing before.
Tito
Santana. And then Greg the Hammer Valentine. Those are the 8 wrestlers that have been in all 4. See, I would have guessed some of the other ones too, like Savage and
Yeah, I would have
And
thought
then
Savage should.
Piper, and Savage. I would have probably put right on top of that list, probably in all four.
Well,
All
I knew
right.
Savage wasn't in the first one, but I thought for sure that Piper was in. I guess he missed 4 then. Real quick before we keep going, just a reminder that we're going to mix this up a little bit next week. We're going to probably do our normal Wednesday, but then we're going to do either a Saturday or Sunday. I haven't quite figured that out yet because I don't know what my schedule looks like, but I know that some people work schedule doesn't work well with Wednesdays at 6. So I want to throw a weekend day in there and just see if we get a few more competitors to join us here on this thing. So look for that. I'll be posting on Twitter Twitter. That's right. As I come closer to a date and a time on there. But in the meantime,
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
It makes you want to drink some water and just spit it in the air.
you can see the drips of his green screen in the background going there.
All right. Keith O'Toole, nice little tidbit. DiBiase would debut at WrestleMania 4 in the championship tournament. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So
money doesn't buy everything.
That's right. So in this top 10, it's pretty more of the order because there's a lot of big names in here.
And this list is regarding what?
This is the overall top 10.
All promotions.
Yep, all promotions, top 10 overall. PWI 1988. The first one, number 10. And the hint is we have not said his name yet today.
Now, if you want to let us know what promotion, that might help a little bit.
It might help too much in this one. That's your other hint.
What was that crappy clue you gave us? We had said his name earlier. Is that what it was?
I forget.
No, we haven't said his name.
We haven't said his name?
Yeah, we have not said his name yet today.
Oh, that narrows it right down because
Yeah.
we've said every other name except one.
We've not said his name today. And in the top 10. All right. AWA.
Thank you. And we
Kevin,
haven't said his
no.
name.
Kevin Sullivan.
Vince?
I'm going to go with Nick Bockwinkel.
Bockwinkel. Incorrect. It is the King, Jerry Lawler, was the number one contender in the AWA at that time. If I'd have said Memphis, that would have gave it away, and so on and so forth. Keep
But
in
as
mind,
you can tell by giving us AWA, it did not give it away.
No. Vince still has his pedigree locked and loaded, and Cactus Jack J has that double arm DDT ready to rock. Keep in mind, you can use them still when we're at number 9. And I will give the title hint here. And NWA TV champ and Florida champ.
Tully Blanchard.
Tully for Jay.
I'm going to say the total package, Lex Luger.
Luger. We got to go back to the varsity club for this one. Mike Rotunda. The Florida champion from Syracuse. Gotcha. All right. Still 3-1. Still time to make a comeback here, Jay. And number 1 will be for 3 points. And your finisher's still locked and loaded. We got a battle. It's coming down to it. The time limit is running out, though. Number 8. He was number 3 contender to the WWF title, but that does not mean he was number 3 in our list that we just did. I'll give one.
Ted
final.
DiBiase.
Well, no, I won't give a final hint.
Number 3 contender. I'm going to say DiBiase. I think it's Andre.
I was going to say you'd probably think he was a lot higher on the list because it's Hulk Hogan at number 8.
Oh, both would have had it wrong then.
And Hogan was number 4 in WWF and 8 in the top 10. Must have been a little off end of the year for him a little bit. Just before the most hated, I don't think anyone would have guessed it because I forgot how bad of a heel he was when he was a bad guy, and that's Barry Windham. He was #1 most hated.
In 88?
Yeah. Like, well, I'm trying to think of what he did that he was so hated.
Turned on Dusty, but I mean...
Yeah, I guess that's it.
I mean,
DiBiase and Andre are behind him, but
yeah, I was going to say, I would
guessed.
think that would have definitely outranked what Barry did.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I would have never guessed Barry Windham #1 most hated, and Hogan was the #1 most popular.
I keep sending the PWI guys invitations to come on this show because I really want to find out what they were smoking.
Well, my opinion with ratings and anything like this, I'm hoping it's not just a couple people's opinion. Like if they took like 12 writers and
yeah,
average it out, that's one thing, but just one person making a decision, I'm sure everyone can argue that. All right, we are at number 7 overall, and he is your world-class Texas champion. Nice big hint there. And one before you go, he is not a Von Erich. He is not a Von Erich.
Okay.
And we would have both had the wrong answer then.
Yeah, world-class Texas champion. He's not a Von Erich.
In 88.
Blackjack Mulligan.
Okay, Vince.
Chris Adams.
Good guess, but it's Terry Taylor.
Oh, wouldn't have got that.
The Red Rooster. All right, we've already had the number 3 for WWF. Now this guy, at number 6, was the number 3 contender for the NWA championship.
I'm going to say Dusty.
Dusty, number 3. This is number 6 in the top 10. He was number 3 for the NWA in 1988. 1 point up for grabs.
Jay, I'm starting to think here a minute. Do you have to have the right answer to use your finisher? Because I remember it seems like there's
no, you don't.
Yeah, you can just call it.
Yeah.
Now, again, let's say I call it right now and your answer is wrong. I still get screwed out of the points and you get the points.
Vince just kicked
right
Jay in his stomach and threw his head between his legs. Are we going to get a pedigree here? Are we? Are we? Are we getting one?
No, I just want to make sure we got the rule clear. That's all.
It's going to come down to, I think it might come down to someone using their finisher here soon.
It might very well, but not yet. Jay, what was your answer, Dusty?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm feeling that direction too. So we're going to go with Dusty for the block.
That superhero villain strikes again. Lex Luger at number 6 overall.
So gave you a point back if I'd have used my finisher.
Yep. All right, still 3-1, Vince. Heading down the final stretch. We have 5 names to go. Number 5 is the number 2 contender for the WWF Championship. Now, whose memory is good? It is the number 2 that we talked about 15, 20 minutes ago in WWF. Jay? That's
Greg Valentine.
And Vince. Whose memory is the best here between these 3 old men? Andre was number 3. Valentine was not on the list. It was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
That's what I was going to go with, them
at number 5. All right. Now we're down to the final 4. 4 legends of the industry in 1988. Your top 4. Number 4. We have not mentioned his name today, and he is or was the AWA world champion at the time. So take any names we said today and throw them all out.
Brian Christopher.
Kurt Hennig.
Kurt Hennig is the correct answer. Wow. A big one. AWA world champion, Minneapolis native, and a 4-1 lead. Will it come down to that 3-pointer at the end? Or can Jay steal one now? And he's got 2 more opportunities before we get to number 1. All right. The number 3 overall wrestler in 1988. D-Train with a great Vern Gagne guess out there. Number 3 was the number 1 contender to the NWA World Championship.
I'm going to say Dusty again.
Same.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are not spring chickens. We do not remember very well because we just talked about who won round 1. The final guess in round 1 was the Icon Sting.
Wow.
Was he already that high up in 88? I didn't think he'd made it up the ladder that
He
far.
was number 1 in the NWA. And yeah, if you'd have asked me, I'd put him lower too, because I thought he really went up 89, 90, 91.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Well, I guess that was the year, like you said, they won the Crockett Cup, Sting and Luger. So that's when he really started to blow up. So he didn't go up slow. He went straight to the tippy top, which.
And the cover of the magazine did have Clash of the Champions on there. So, but it showed a picture of Flair and Nikita, which threw me for a curve there too. But
yeah.
Anyway.
All right. We are down to number 2 and number 1. I'm gonna not give any hints for either one. So there is
nothing. Not even like
hints.
a promotion.
Nope, no hint for 2 or 1, and that should be a hint in enough.
Fair enough.
Number 2 and number 1.
All right. For number 2, I'll say Ric Flair.
Right.
He hasn't been on the list yet. I'm going to say Hogan.
Okay. Both wrong. It was the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
At number 2.
Number 2.
No shit.
Now it all comes down to this: a 3-pointer.
It's a must.
Finishers still available.
This is where the strategy comes in because
yes,
I get second pick.
Yep. This is number 1 overall, 1988. J-Rocks, can he defend his championship? It all comes down to this: the final guess of the night. Who's number 1 overall in 88, my friend?
Double arm DDT.
He's going for the finisher.
Yeah, but I'm going to just call for my finisher pedigree. It's a wash.
We got double finishers here at the end. He goes for a double arm DDT, but gets blocked. And now his head's between Vince's legs.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
Well, in this case, we really don't get. I mean, we can make one, but it's at this point in time, that's a wash on points. But let's go ahead and try and figure it out.
Who's number 1 overall?
Flair.
It has to be Flair. He hasn't been on the list at all. But
the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, is the number 1 overall. Getting that early lead for Vince and holding off throughout the match brings home the victory.
And let's leave it.
With tonight's win, you are one step closer to the PWI Grand Championship Battle Bowl. That will take place on December 28th, exclusively here on the Nation Network.
All right. Hey, that was good.
Now, there's a tag team in here. I don't know if you guys would ever guess who the Wild West Tag Champions are. I don't even remember the Wild West.
That was a promotion?
Yeah, the Wild West Tag Champs was number 9. Steve and Sean Simpson?
Yeah, I know. Steve Simpson was in WCCW. And I think Sean was too, if I'm not mistaken.
And the AWA World Tag Team Champs were Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond at the time. So there have been some couple tough ones in the tag teams. But Road Warriors and Tully and Arn 2 and 1 respectively. So understood.
Right.
Keith O'Toole's like banging out all these answers here. Keith, why the hell are you not getting into this game?
Yeah.
I know.
And listen, for you guys like D-Train and Andy Price and Shifty and those guys that come over from me sharing it, this is what he does on a regular basis. You're more than welcome to join. I mean,
absolutely.
He's got 2 of his fans that are here all the time. Purist and Jay are awesome. But I'm sure some fresh people, like Jay even said, to have 4 or 5 on here once would be really fun. So please.
Oh, yeah.
Stop by on a Saturday or a Wednesday. Join the fun.
Yeah, because I can only stomp Purist so many times.
And we don't know exactly what that number is yet. Although I got to do it today for one, so that felt kind of.
It was good. I liked it.
He's just sitting out there wanting me to bring him back in.
Very, very good stuff.
Let's talk bad about him some more while he can't say a word.
Just one thing.
Who's bad company?
If I may say one thing.
Keith O'Toole says bad company. Who's bad company?
That was Pat
What you
Tanaka.
say, man?
Yeah,
What you
man.
talking
They came
about,
out
huh?
with a song. They had Diamond Dallas Page as their manager.
Forget about it.
Oh, don't be surprised, boys. I'm really Italian.
And new champion.
And new world champion. It feels good to add my name to the list. I will probably have to forfeit the title next week, but it's all good. I'm in there.
I was going to say, it'll be an interim after that?
Oh, no,
I
no
mean,
interim
if
chance.
somebody doesn't defend it, it's just vacated until somebody wins it. So,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you guys like Wild Matt Outlaw. You guys, he'll
one
throw
thing,
some.
man.
Vince throws some curveballs when he does it more. I was going with the obvious 3 categories. I didn't want to get too deep into it, but Vince
you
does
did a great job.
hosting it.
Yeah,
you did an outstanding job.
I busted my cherry
Outstanding
tonight
job indeed. Blaze,
on the game
Blaze,
show. What's up, Perry?
I saw you drink something, and that reminds me. You know what's the best part about winter? When it comes to drinks, you don't need a fridge. Just put that shit outside.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm in Pittsburgh.
Not here in Florida.
Yeah.
I can hear.
Cigar drinks. Come on, guys. Here's one. One in the house. One in the house.
Cheers to you, Piers.
Sorry. Yeah. Cheers.
Well, it was a whole lot of fun pulling this off on you guys. Me and Blaze been talking about it for over a week. And then yesterday we had like a little dry rehearsal just to go over how it was all going to play out, and worked perfectly, man. No, they've seen special guests come in, but they've never seen anyone take over the show before.
In the wrestling world, swerves are always a good thing.
Yep.
People.
Yep.
Keeps you on your toes. It keeps you honest.
Like MJF, indeed.
That's right.
And then finally, I may have a reason to be happy just to watch Dynamite tonight. I mean, the highlights tomorrow, since I'm in Italy, and it's quite a time here and all, but still. Speaking
of
tomorrow,
it's tomorrow there.
I heard about all that shit about him and that UFC guy.
Oh yeah, he's had a back and forth on social media. Yep.
He's got a back and forth with everybody.
That's one thing about him, and if you've seen the things about like signings and stuff, he's always in character.
Yeah.
He's giving kids the middle finger. Yep. He's being that dick everywhere he is, and that goes a long way in this industry.
But he's like the only one that does it.
Jim Cornette stole the money.
He's always in character.
Still, to go as far as to say that pro wrestling is more violent than the MMA. I mean, now that's a bit of an understatement. I mean, sure, we can see a bit.
For
I don't know that I call pro wrestling more violent.
That's how
unless you're 62-year-old Sting jumping off a freaking balcony still.
Yeah. Man's crazy.
God bless him, please. Don't get hurt, Sting.
No. Stay away from Seth Rollins. You'll be okay.
I expect. I mean, after all, at the end of the day, AEW is still full of rednecks, macho, dumb fucks.
What's wrong with redneck?
We like macho rednecks in these parts.
That's right.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody out there, too, if you haven't already.
That's why
I'm an honorary redneck.
That's why the NWA is still a fresh air of breath to me. By the way, I'd like to know, Vince and Jay have quite the idea of the NWA just now. What about you? I mean, with this whole deal with Tyrus, I mean,
it doesn't really bother me that much. Not that I'm a huge fan of him or anything, but it's like, it's
a dead promotion. Does it matter?
It's a shame because when they were doing their show on YouTube just a couple years ago, they had a lot of promising talent.
They're doing it.
LA Knight, who's now Thunder Rosa, Zicky Dice, they were very entertaining.
I love that. And I was getting their pay-per-views. I had their monthly subscription where I could watch all the stuff on it. Had all that stuff. And then, man, COVID came along and kicked the crap out of them, and they never came back from that.
What I still like about them, too,
they're making a comeback, all right.
The interviews at that table right next to ringside, it's great stuff. It reminds me of the old 605 Saturday stuff, the way they do it. No big entrances. They just walk into the little crowd, that type of stuff takes me back. But
Yeah,
I'm hoping they can turn it
that's
around,
the
man.
point.
I'm just hopeful they can turn it around and get something going there.
I don't know. After hearing what
Oh,
Nick
yeah,
Aldis had to say about the operation and Billy Corgan, it doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, I did see some other people trying to stand up and dispel that, but hey, disgruntled employees or people that leave companies
guys
or
like
any
Matt
job
Cardona
ain't gonna have much
who-
good to say.
Yeah, but when your disgruntled employee was the guy you put the company on for over 5 years, and then you give the belt to Tyrus.
Yeah, that was the thing that he said too. Billy Corgan even said, he goes, I think we're seeing the real Nick Aldis now, the one I was warned about when I hired him, unfortunately. And I'm like, all right, words are going to be slung both ways, apparently.
Yeah.
The legacy of
And by the
NWA
way,
is
who's
so
gonna
deep
go?
and long. I don't want to see it die. If anything, I don't want to see that legacy die. I mean, we talked about the NWA
Robert,
here, and that's what
the
I grew up
NWA
with.
survived for who knows how long.
Yeah. I was telling Vince the other day, I'm the guy who always I always like the alternative. So when WWF was big, I was watching NWA. When the Attitude Era hit, I was watching WCW. Nowadays I watch more AEW, but now things have been changing. I'm watching a little bit of everything. I've told Vince this too, and I stayed on my podcast. It's a great time to be a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I mean, when can you remember every night of the week there's a pro wrestling show on TV every night?
Although I think
almost every weekend of
personally,
pay-per-view.
Again, everyone has their own taste, though. So, like, I don't watch a lot of AEW, so I'll watch Thursday night. Is really all I watch is Impact, and I'll watch that start to finish. Everything else is fast forwarded for me. But again, everybody's got their own.
Impact's great stuff going. We talked about that as well. Andy Price out in the chat. He's a big New Japan fan, and they're building up a big card for Wrestle Kingdom already. The Ospreay and Omega match, and they're just adding to that. And with them having New Japan Strong, they're getting a lot more exposure here in the States, which I like the style. I've always liked the style. People say, the trios matches that you see in AEW, that's more along the lines of what they got there and what they do in Lucha. It's not a tag match. It's just craziness. Right. And I love it. People call them Spot Fest and stuff like that. But I enjoy those matches a lot. Yeah. I want break. I don't want to see all the same stuff. I like different things. We'll see how the Iron Survivor comes out. Let's talk about different things.
Yeah,
we'll see how that
interesting. Well, they're coming up with ideas.
That's what I said, Vince. If it's coming up with something new, it all depends on how it comes off on TV. It could be something great. Who knows?
We'll have to wait and see, but not too much longer because it's this Saturday. When is it? Friday for that?
Yeah, I think
that's the day before Survivor, right?
I'm not sure. I know Survivor Series is Saturday. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving out there, too, if you're from the States. Everyone out there, definitely.
Yeah.
There's never a reason you can't have turkey.
We don't party with Thanksgiving, so happy normal day, I guess.
Yeah, eat well, sleep well.
That's
Watch some football, whatever you do. Just enjoy your family if you can. There's a lot of unfortunate people out there that don't get to spend time with their family on a day like that. So, don't take it for granted. Hug your loved ones, call your loved ones, reach out to the people that are close to you, whether they're friends, family, or whatnot, and just enjoy people while you can. We celebrate people when they die. I've always said, let's celebrate each other while we're still alive, people. And that's my soapbox here.
Yeah, so my grandmother, when she died 2 years ago, she was 100.
I mean, the way we celebrate celebrities that we've never met when they die, let's celebrate those that we really know, that we've gotten to know, whether it's here on the internet or your family and friends, your workplace or whatever. Celebrate them. Those are the real people that you know who they are.
Couldn't agree more. I want to thank you once again, Mr. McCoy, for coming in here and taking on the reins. Excellent job. And again, that was a great curveball that nobody saw coming. Love a good swerve.
I thought it was going to be Swift.
There you go. We'll be back here next Wednesday at 6:05 once again. And then, like I said, either Saturday or Sunday. And by then I will know which of the two. So we want some more people jumping into this thing. Like I said, we got room for 5, 6, 7 people. It's not a problem. We'll do battle royal style. We'll start eliminating people quickly.
Come on, folks.
Got to be here.
Get your ass on, folks. Get Lucy with us.
All right. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, and we will see you next week for some more PWI Championship Challenge.